Okay. Mhm. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live.
Yes. Welcome back to another Shit Talk Fridays. I'm Gina.
And I'm Evo, and we would like to thank you once again for joining us this week on Shit Talk Fridays. I hope you had an amazing week, prosperous, and are ready to wind down and shit talk with us on Fridays.
And tonight we're drinking the same thing that we've been drinking for the last 3 shows in a row. It's Uno Melback.
Yeah, it's our favorite. Literally.
I think it's our favorite because it gets us litty titty.
It gets us litty titty. It's a fairly priced bottle of wine, and it's a vegan wine. So I feel like it has like less things in it.
Hey George, welcome to the stream. Melissa, welcome to the stream. And just real quick, George is saying no video, and I'm not sure if he means on another.
Don't know. We're on.
Just checking. Can everyone that is on our YouTube channel, can you guys see us? And maybe he's referring to Facebook. Is that on mute as well?
Yes.
No video for the Spanish speakers?
I don't know. We're on Facebook.
Okay.
No video for the Spanish speakers. Not really sure what you mean there, buddy, but we'll have to get somebody working on that.
Right? Maybe we need a translator.
Yeah.
But Ivo hable español, yo un poquito. Okay, good. Melissa said that she can see us, so maybe George is just pulling our leg a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's cheers. Cheers and cheers to everybody in the audience.
Cheers to everyone. And I love that.
I think I love that even more because of how hard we work for it up until this day. Yeah. So like when I drink it, it's almost kind of like praise baby Jesus. So before we get tonight started, we wanted kind of to start off on like a little bit of a serious note. Even though that's not what our channel and our show is necessarily about. But Evo and I just wanted to take a moment to address the recent shootings that happened in Atlanta where 8 people were killed. 6 of those people were Asian Americans. And this is something that is an atrocity in the United States. We've gone through a lot over the past year and a half. And the continuation of this type of violence to people that live in this country from different ethnicities is something that I find truly disgusting. And to know that it's coming from a homegrown person is even further makes it revolting to I. And Evo and I just want to say that, we denounce any sort of violence or harm that is presented to the Asian community because of their stupidly connected connection to coronavirus, which I believe was perpetuated from previous people in politics. And I'm not even going to go there, but I believe it's safe to say that a lot of this violence that is coming against Asian Americans is stemming from that. And that's not something that you or I agree with at all. We love the Asian culture. I have many Asian friends, and Evo and I just want to say that we stand with you, and we want people to know that we know that it's not okay. And I wish that there was more that I could do, but one of the things that I have said to myself is one of the ways that you could change the world is by leading by example. So we are choosing to lead by example and showing love to the Asian community. So again, like I said, we stand with you, and we are not here for any sort of violence against the Asian community because they are not the virus. They are people. They're humans that live in this country. So at the end of the day, they are part of us, even if they're not the same race or ethnicity.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just what's going on right now with this whole situation is it's just being blown so far out of proportion. I mean, and I can only speak of from what I've seen. I know you're very familiar with the shooting that happened. I'm a little bit more familiar with,
In Atlanta, you mean?
yeah, and
Just
I'm more familiar with the incident that happened in San Francisco,
with
where
the elderly Asian
yeah,
woman.
he assaulted an elderly Asian woman, and then earlier in the day he assaulted an elderly Asian man.
Oh God.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't seen it, this guy punched this old Asian woman right in the eye socket, and I mean literally like blew her eye up. Fortunately, she's from the old school, and
She gave him a little bit
yeah,
of the one too.
yeah, she was not playing no
She
games.
put in that work.
She put in that work and literally busted this guy's face open. He ended up being carried away in cuffs and in a stretcher.
So
But the hate crime is unfortunate, and for some reason, from what I'm understanding, the situation in San Francisco is really sketchy. Like there's like a very big state of fear going on in San Francisco, and I think that added fuel to what happened to this woman.
the thing,
Particularly in San Francisco, because there's like this state of fear. Asians must have it really bad, more in San Francisco and in California than other parts of the country.
well, unfortunately, I can't speak to that. I can only speak to what I know, and what I do know is that I have a very strong affinity for the Asian culture and the Asian community.
Agreed.
So I just want to say that I stand with them,
Yes.
and I am not for the violence. I am not for the connection to the coronavirus. I think it's foolish, and I think it's nonsense. So we just wanted to say that. And we want to take a moment to just, address that, because it's really saddening, because I would think that on the other side of this pandemic, that there would be some beauty in this, and I thought that maybe people would come together after have been apart for so long, and I just feel like the opposite is happening. But you and I will continue to lead by example and lead by
Absolutely.
love, and we will shit talk every fucking Friday. So let's move forward and let's get into our topics for the night. I just want to say hello to some other people on our stream with us tonight. Hey, Star, welcome to the stream.
What's up,
so
Star?
nice to see you. And Melissa, again, thank you so much for joining us. And Derek, thank you again for joining us tonight. So starting off tonight, I want to talk about the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. And if you have not seen it, spoiler alert, because I'm sorry, the movie just came out yesterday, and I'm choosing to talk about it right now because I'm so excited to talk about it, because I've been waiting for it for so long. So it is a 4-hour long movie in comparison to the 2 hours that we received in 2017. So 4 years ago, we received a Justice League version that was only about 2 hours and 10 minutes long. And the new version that is considered the director's cut by Zack Snyder is now 4 hours long. And a lot of people, upon finding that out, were kind of just like, Jesus, 4 hours long.
That's what I said when the first time you told me how long it was. I'm like,
yeah.
How is that even possible? Like,
well, in comparison, Endgame was 3.5 hours long.
It sure as hell didn't feel like 3.5 hours long.
And that is what I want to start off by saying. Watching this movie, even though I had to watch it in parts because I had other things that I had to do throughout the day, and unfortunately I couldn't delegate exactly 4 hours to it. But watching it, I did not feel like, oh my God, could this go? Can this go any longer?
Right.
I honestly felt like it was a good 4 hours.
Okay.
There were parts that were like a little slower than I would have liked. I'll get into that a little bit later in the hour. But overall, I really enjoyed this movie, and that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to talk about it, in addition to how long we've been waiting for Zack Snyder's cut. So if anybody doesn't know, the reason why we received the director's cut is because Zack Snyder, who was the original director of Justice League in 2017, actually had to step down as the director because his daughter had committed suicide. He then obviously, for obvious reasons, chose to step away from the role of being director so that he can go attend to his family affairs and be there for his family for the recent passing of his daughter. Upon that happening, Josh Whedon, who comes from the Marvel world, stepped in as director and finished the movie. And then we got the movie that we got.
The shit was atrocious.
And I'm going to say this about the original Justice League. It wasn't like the worst movie I've ever seen. But I have, on this live previously, ripped certain aspects of that movie to shreds. And the DC fandom came for me. And I'm just going to say that I still don't give a fuck what the DC fandom thinks, because the original version of that movie, especially regarding the CGI, was horrible.
No bueno.
But Zack Snyder has redeemed that for me. He has reinstilled my faith in DC. The love that I have for Wonder Woman, Batman, fucking Flash, Aquaman, and now Cyborg, because I didn't know Cyborg as much as I knew him prior to this. Zack Snyder has really made me feel like these characters were given the story that they should have been given 4 years ago.
I'll be honest. So I haven't watched the whole movie. I actually caught the tail end of it with you.
Yes.
And in the little bit that I did catch, I will tell you this. They definitely redeemed themselves with the little bit that I saw. I cannot wait to go back and watch the full thing.
Yes. So let me go into some of the faux pas that happened though before the launch of this movie. So the movie came out on Thursday, the 18th. 2 days, actually, rewind. A week prior to the release of this movie, Tom and Jerry came out on HBO.
Oh, boy.
Okay. A couple days after the release of Tom and Jerry, some people decided to go on HBO and watch Tom and Jerry, and to their surprise, Justice League started streaming. I want to say a handful of people started tweeting it, that they were streaming Tom and Jerry, and then all of a sudden, fucking Justice League popped up. Yo, what in all shits? Like, I don't understand.
Like a straight illegal bootleg stream.
Yeah, like you went to a torrent app and you were like,
because that be happening. Like, you be on the illegal boots. I mean, some people that I know, not us, be on the illegal bootleg stream. Click a stream and it'll be a totally different movie.
Yeah.
Like, how they fucked that up.
How you go from Tom and Jerry to Justice League?
Yo, straight bootleg.
Okay, so that was the first faux pas, right? And of course, all this work that Zack Snyder puts in, that's the first thing that this guy's like, what the fuck? I already had to deal with the first original version. Now I got to deal with this shit that people are getting a preview to my movie through Tom and Jerry. That was the first thing. Now the second thing, 2 days before the release of the movie, which was Tuesday evening, there was supposed to be an invite-only virtual premiere that was going to be launched through Microsoft. And this invite-only premiere was an invite to some of the most biggest fans of DC. They received a private link through Microsoft so that they can then go on and stream Justice League 2 days before the release of Justice League. ¿Pa qué fue eso? Because that link did not work.
Yo, I can't imagine what that was like for those viewers that were highly anticipating
and
that.
You know, I'm a Twitter person, so I went on Twitter, and there were people taking pictures of the message that they were getting from Microsoft that was saying, "We're sorry, but we're experiencing outages right now."
That's like your favorite team missing the game point decision game field goal in the last second in the Super Bowl. You're just like, oh.
Yo,
fuck.
It was honestly like, and I just feel like it was like another fucking like dropping like it like what's the right word? I just feel like it was another knock against this movie.
Yeah.
This movie.
It was like adding insult to injury.
Yeah, thank you. I love that you can like feel those things for me because sometimes like I can't. The words don't come to me. So with all that being said, poor Zack Snyder, he takes to Twitter and he's like, guys, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. I mean, these are my words. These are not his words. He basically said, I don't know what's happening. I have no answers. Poor DC fans. It wind up not loading until like 8 hours later.
Damn.
So that was really like a huge letdown.
You thought we would have technical difficulties. Imagine the shitstorm that popped off over there.
Yo, Microsoft, could you imagine that?
Yo, Bill Gates, I'm sure was not happy about that.
Oh, Max, welcome to the stream. So he said DC animated movies and shows are still knocking it out of the park. I would somewhat agree with that, but I'll actually get into that a little bit later. So let's go into the movie. Let's go into the things I love. I'm actually not going to give any spoiler alerts. I'm not going to really talk about any content of the movie. I'm just going to talk about what made me love this movie. And for starters, one of the first things that was so prevalent in the movie was the overall storytelling and character development that Zack Snyder gave us in this version versus the Joss Whedon Justice League in 2017. There were parts of the original Justice League that left me so confused when it came to the storyline. Mm-hmm. So one of the main factors of the movie, even if you haven't seen the new one, is this aspect of these things called the mother boxes. In the original version, okay, I understood what they, like, I kind of understood, like, what they could do, but, like, I didn't understand, like, how they came to be, like, why they were so sought after.
Is that supposed to be, like, their Tesseract?
I would say that it is not necessarily their Tesseract. It is their Infinity Stones together.
Okay.
If you take all three of the mother boxes and put them together, it is considered the Ender of Worlds. But where does this power come from? How is this power used? Like, I feel like the original version left that to, like, your imagination. You kind of just knew that the villain was looking for these fucking things, and you knew that he wanted them because he wanted to fuck shit up. But other than that, like, you didn't really know anything about them. So I was kind of confused. Zack Snyder gives you everything about the mother boxes to even a point at the end of the movie when, the good guys win. He gives you even further, like, story into the mother boxes that, like, really helps you understand their power. And I was just like, yo, this makes so much more sense in comparison to what I saw previous. So that was the first thing that I loved about Zack Snyder's, his director's cut. So in addition to the overall storytelling, in the original Justice League in 2017, Cyborg was a character that I was personally not familiar with.
Yeah, me neither.
And from watching the original Justice League, I personally didn't become any more that familiar with him. I knew that he was a cyborg. I knew that his father put him together, and I knew that he acquired powers through one of the mother boxes because that's how his father built him. But other than that, I didn't really know him as a person, or moreover, I didn't know his origin story, right?
Like Falcon.
Exactly. So Zack Snyder does an amazing job.
Giving you the backstory?
Yeah, giving you the backstory of Cyborg.
Nice.
Furthermore, not only does he give you more story he further like allows you to like understand this character's capabilities and like what Cyborg can do. And honestly, after watching Zack Snyder, the Snyder's cut, I'm thoroughly in love with Cyborg, because he's one of the main Justice League characters that has yet to have his own show or his own movie. Because Wonder Woman has had a movie, Batman has had his own movie, Aquaman has had his own movie. The Flash hasn't had his own movie yet, but it's in the. We all know that it's in the works. But he has a very prominent TV show, so we know a lot about these characters. And I didn't know a lot about Cyborg, but after watching this movie, you know enough about him that you're like, y'all want more.
It seemed like the way that they portrayed him in the end when I jumped in, that he was an important character.
Mm-hmm.
Not to give too much away.
Yeah. So, in addition to the storytelling, you know I'm all about kicking ass and taking names, right?
Yes.
And the extended fight scenes that are in Justice League, Zack Snyder, I salute you. Because there are some scenes in this movie that he takes it so much he takes it further, but it's so beautifully choreographed that there were parts, you saw me, I was jumping up and screaming. But I will say this, in the original version of Justice League, where Steppenwolf goes to where the Amazons are from, and he goes to find one of the original mother boxes, he fights with the Amazons. And the fighting that takes place is kind of like short-lived, but in the Zack Snyder cut, yo, these Amazons, after watching this fighting scene, a bitch want to be an Amazon, okay? And I then went and researched the workout regimen that these women had to go through to do this movie.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
4 months of training these women went through to become Amazons. And I'm so inspired by them because not only are they actors, not only did they portray Amazons, but they put in that fucking work.
Yeah,
so like I salute these women, and thank you Zack Snyder for putting them on like the front page of this movie. Whereas Josh Whedon kind of made their scene like fucking 2 minutes in comparison to like the 10 minutes that you get of it with Zack Snyder.
You know, they will those women would put a lot of men to shame in their workouts.
Yo. They looked so badass, and you know I'm always about women empowerment and badass women. And then Melissa said, did Evil just mention Hawkeye?
I did not, but they will be coming out with a Hawkeye series.
Yes.
Okay?
No, Melissa, Evil was actually talking about the Falcon. And he was talking about, if anyone hasn't seen, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier that just premiered today, they give you more backstory of Falcon's life. And he was making the comparison to Cyborg. So, last but not least, the CGI.
Yes.
Okay? The computer-generated imagery in this movie was fucking, if not almost 10 out of 10, I'm going to say 9 out of 10. There were a few faux pas, but like so minuscule in comparison to the rubber band bullshit that you saw in 2017. And thank you, Zack Snyder, for giving us an amazing Steppenwolf, an amazing villain that kicked ass, and at the same time, his CGI play out in the movie, it still looks so realistic, and it's not real, but the realism behind it made me so excited at certain parts of the movie, because from the previous Steppenwolf, which I ripped apart, Zack Snyder took it and put 100% into it, and I appreciate him for that.
We also had the fortunate ability to watch it on a brand new 55-inch 4K OLED TV, and let me tell you something.
Yeah, that shit was hitting.
Damn, that shit was crispy.
That shit was hitting. Woo! Okay, we had surround sound on 100.
Yeah.
Okay, and that shit was hitting. So, I loved all of those aspects. The storyline, the CGI, the extended fighting scenes that Zack Snyder gave us. So, the 4 hours for me was at times a little much, but because I'm a fan, I rolled with it. Yeah. So let's just talk about now the things that I disliked. And I'll be honest, there's not much. My disliking about the movie was the pacing. there were aspects of the movie that I felt that could have moved a little bit faster. I feel like Zack maybe dragged them out just a little bit, but
I mean, it was 4.5 hours long.
4 hours.
4 hours. So, I mean, I would think there'd be a little bit of dragging going on, you know?
I think some of those aspects could have been done without. However, I think Zack just really wanted to give DC fans everything and anything after what they received in 2017. And again, I appreciate him for that.
Way to redeem yourself, man.
And the only other thing that I didn't like was rather the ending. And I'm not going to go into what the ending was, but the reason why I'm going to say why the ending for me fell short was because it led you to believe that there was more to come. And unfortunately, I don't think that there's more to come because Ben Affleck is no longer Batman. Henry Cavill is not really confirmed as he will continue as Superman. So where does that storyline go based on Zack Snyder's ending? And I'm sad for that because I don't really see it going any further. I think Wonder Woman will continue to have a storyline. I think Aquaman will continue to have a storyline. And we know that Flash will continue to have a storyline. Will we then see Superman or Batman in their movies?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll tell you why.
Okay, and tell me why, and I'm going to tell you why not.
I'm going to tell you why. Because the fans are going to want more. Okay. It's going to bring in revenue. They're going to figure out a way how to bring it back to create more revenue. Why? Because people will pay to see it.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you why it's not going to happen.
Why?
Ben Affleck will not come back as Batman because Robert Pattinson is already...
Right. Doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be Ben Affleck.
But then the storyline... it wouldn't be Zack Snyder's vision then because Ben Affleck is that Batman. Right. And there's a new director.
I understand.
There's a new director for the new Batman, so the stories are not going to fit anymore.
I mean, listen. It's hard to say which way they're going to go with it, right? But to say that they're not going to bring back these characters?
No, I'm not saying, okay, but we're never going to see Zack Snyder's story again. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. That's why I dislike the ending because Zack Snyder's portrayal in the end looked as there was going to be a continuation, and I do not think that we're going to see that continuation based off of what he gave us.
Maybe you could be wrong.
You know what? I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong because I was really pleasantly surprised by this version. And again, I salute Zack Snyder because this man came back and gave DC fans what they had been asking for after losing his daughter. So thank you because you restored my faith in DC, and I hope to see more. And that's actually all I have about the new Justice League thing. So that actually takes us. Well, we could do one or two things. We can jump into our new segment tonight, or we could.
Well, let's get the top 5 out of the way because I mean it's just it rolls right off the back of what you were just talking about.
Yeah. So we decided to make our top 5 tonight. Top 5 worst DC character castings. Because I do think that DC, unfortunately, has made some casting mistakes.
That's a stain you can't wipe off, DC. I'm sorry.
And I just don't know what it's going to take for DC to get their act together because I feel like they have these fucking amazing characters that they have. Like, I just feel like they lack cohesiveness. Like, they're not under the same umbrella. So, like, people are spitting out different versions of, the DC comic characters. And it's unfortunately, like, I don't know. It's just not doing it for the DC fandom. So, that being said, top 5 worst DC character castings. Starting off with number 5. Number 5 for me. And you don't know these. I haven't disclosed these to you, so these will be a surprise to you. My number 5 worst DC character casting is Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze in the 1995 version of Batman and Robin.
That's a good one.
Okay? I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he should have stood the Tomb Raider. The Tomb Raider. The Terminator. Sorry. What did I just say? The Tomb Raider?
You tried to say Terminator and Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
To get there.
Bitch.
The Tomb Raider. That's going to be Arnold's next role, the Tomb Raider.
He gonna be raiding tombs as a Terminator. He should have stood the Terminator.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I was thinking about? Do you remember? You know what it was? You know what I was thinking about when I said that? Do you remember him in Kindergarten Cop? And he said, "It's not a tumor."
No,
I think
I
that's
did not
what was
watch
it.
Kindergarten Cop.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't watch Kindergarten
I
Cop?
had no interest in watching Kindergarten Cop. Sorry.
Oh my god, it's such a good movie.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can only take so much of him, and watching him in Kindergarten Cop, there was just no appeal to me whatsoever.
You know, funny thing about it, I'm actually gonna watch that movie with our daughter because I actually think it's a great movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, my number 5 was Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. I'm even gonna go a little further to say that his costuming in that movie was just
atrocious.
Like, just the overall. Listen, let's keep it 100. 100. The whole 1997 Batman and Robin was just like blasphemy on the DC spectrum.
Let's just skip right over that.
Yeah, like let's
shit.
just Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Just skip over those 2 movies. Okay, so then my number 4 spot goes to none other than George Clooney as fucking Batman and Robin. Why did
that shit was terrible.
Why did they cast him as, like, I understand that in 1997, George Clooney, he was the man. Okay, but just because you're the man does not mean that you should be Batman. They should have left that alone.
You know what, though? It almost seems like everything that George Clooney did was knocked out of the park.
Yes.
So, I guess,
and I would agree with that. But that does not mean that I'm sorry, George Clooney is not a Batman.
When they was drinking too much Clooney sauce, you know? So.
Okay.
So.
And Melissa has actually gone ahead and mentioned some other people that, funny enough, these are some people that potentially I may mention later on. Yeah, I just don't think that George Clooney should have been Batman. I understand why they placed him as Batman because back in 1997, George Clooney was a very prevalent actor at that time. And I could see why they thought that would drive people to the theaters. But that movie overall was just straight fucking trash.
Garbage.
Just garbage.
Garbage.
And hello, Sonia. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. So that brings us to our number 3 spot. And my lovely friend Melissa has already mentioned it. Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl in fucking Batman and Robin.
Yo, she literally brought Clueless to that role. Because she was clueless when she acted in that fucking role. But
who the fuck casted that movie?
Who the hell gassed her up and told her that she could fucking play Batgirl?
And Melissa's saying Jim Carrey's my dude. Do you know that he, after really going down the line of DC people and who played, out of all those atrocities, which was Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, I looked at all those characters because that was a little snippet in time, 1995 to 1997, that I almost want to erase in history. But Jim Carrey's my guy. He's a national treasure, and he must be protected. And his portrayal as the Riddler, I don't give a fuck.
He gets a pass.
He gets a fucking pass. And I will go even a little bit further to say that Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, I didn't mind her so much.
Didn't excite me.
Okay, yes, because for me, the best portrayal of Poison Ivy that I have ever seen is in the animated version, and is in the animated Batman that we saw as growing up as children. I love that version, and Poison Ivy's relationship with Harley Quinn, for me, that was everything growing up as a little girl. Uma Thurman, for me, I wasn't totally turned off by her, but I don't consider her the worst casting, okay? But Alicia Silverstone, George Clooney, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, take a fucking seat.
I'm sorry, I just don't understand. Like, all right, so George Clooney, he's had some pretty significant acting. I mean, he's an actor. Mm-hmm. You know, the man can act. He's played some pretty significant roles, and I can see why someone thought that he might be able to pull that off, all right?
Yeah.
But in what world of privilege did somebody's moronic ass think that they could put Alicia Silverstone as Catwoman. I mean, what other performance?
Not Cat. She was
Batgirl.
She was Batgirl.
Batgirl. I'm sorry. What performances does she have that merit that role?
You know, I'm gonna say.
Like, did somebody watch her video with an Aerosmith and just think like, "Hey, Batgirl, right there all day"? I mean,
well, okay.
Where? How?
I loved Alicia Silverstone back in the 90s, but God,
Yes.
listen, Batgirl,
I loved her in other stuff, but I cannot say that I saw her in something where I felt that she could take on a role like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's just my humble
Well,
opinion.
that's why she's my number 3. Okay, so let's go on to number 2. And Melissa says, yes, animated Poison Ivy. I'm glad that you agree with me because animated Poison Ivy was my biatch. And then number 2, my number 2 spot goes to, sorry, Kristen Wiig as the Cheetah Girl in Wonder Woman 84. What the fuck? Okay? I love Kristen Wiig. Bridesmaids, I loved her in Bridesmaids. She is not the Cheetah Girl. Or the Cheetah Woman. Or Cheetah, rather.
You know what? She was off to a good start in the movie.
Evo.
But then it just took a turn for like, I don't know where the fuck it went.
Okay? Why was she so mad? She was mad because men were hooting at her? No.
Tell them why you mad, son.
I'm sorry. That casting went so left field. I don't see Kristen Wiig as the arch enemy because in the comics, Cheetah is like the arch enemy of Wonder Woman. Kristen Wiig versus Gal Gadot.
I like the role that she played prior to turning into Cheetah Girl. Like the nerdy kind of like girl that she played. I liked her in that role.
Yeah, but once she became Cheetah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
When she went to the dark side, it was bad.
Kristen Wiig is not a dark side type person.
Yeah. And I would have thought that maybe that the casting people would have maybe looked at that up until that point she's really kind of only been in comedies, and to then play a character that has some sort of seriousness, some sort of dark, maybe she should have been in something or maybe a couple other movies prior that portrayed that side so that the audience can then make that connection to her.
I even feel that even when she played the dark role as a human was good. Was good. I like that. It wasn't until she went into the Cheetah.
Yeah, and that's why I said it. Like I was not okay with that.
Yeah, no.
Okay, no. So that's my number 2 spot. My number 2 spot, and I'm gonna tell you why it's my number 2 spot. Cause it is 2021. And we still making these mistakes, DC? What the fuck? No. I'm not okay with that. That shit makes me mad because, again, these are comics that have such prevalent characters that people grew up knowing and wanting to see, and you fucking it up with these casting selections? Yeah. No, I'm not okay with that. And especially because I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, her arch nemesis should have been just as badass. And because it fell short for me, that's why she got the number 2 spot. So let's go into the number 1 spot for worst DC casting is Jesse Eisenberg for Lex Luthor. I don't know what anybody was thinking when they said Jesse Eisenberg from The Social Network, from fucking Zombieland. Let's make this guy an evil scientist villain.
Lex Luthor, out of all people.
No. I honestly...
Hell no.
I'm just so confused by that selection. I don't even know who I would have put in his place because I'm not a casting director, but I'm going to tell you that was such a poor selection as a person because, again, what have you seen Jesse... he was in The Social Network, yes, and that had a serious tone to it. But, like, to play a villain... It reminds me of, you know what it reminds me of? Because one of the worst casting selections that I've ever seen was when they casted the actor from that 70s show as Venom in the Spider-Man series. Do you remember?
No.
Okay. That honestly was probably one of the worst castings on the Marvel side that I've ever seen. Even in an interview, that actor said, I don't know how I got casted as him. So, to me, that is the direct comparison.
Why, bro? Why?
I think it's so... whatever. I'm just gonna ignore it. So that is my number one selection for a worst DC character casting. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, and even in the Snyder's cut, he is revisited. It still didn't fucking do it for me. I was still just like, who is this guy? Why is he in this movie? This makes literally no sense to me. Because every time I look at him, all I see is fucking the guy from Zombieland.
Yeah, or The Social Network.
But there was something else that he was in prior to The Social Network. What was he in prior to The Social Network?
I don't know. Actually, I believe the first movie I ever saw him in was in The Social Network. That was the first time I was ever exposed to him as an actor. Yeah.
I don't think that was it. But that's all that I have for the top 5. And that brings us into our new segment for tonight.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to be introducing a new segment, something that we haven't done before. Thought we'd mix it up a little bit and go into a... What are we even calling this?
I was calling it 21 questions.
21 questions? The 50 Cent 21 questions?
And we actually have a full hour to go through this. Because it's only 8:40.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Social Network. He was okay. So Jesse Eisenberg was also he was also in Now You See Me, which I liked him in that. Remember that, the movie about the magicians?
Yes, but that was after The Social Network.
It was correct.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was like some other movie that he was in that I was just like, why did they think that this was a good choice? I don't know. It's not coming to me right now, but I just don't see him as Lex Luthor. I don't think I'm ever going to see him as Lex Luthor. And I'm sorry, DC. Please do better when you're casting these type of such like prevalent roles. Lex Luthor is a very prevalent nemesis to Superman. Come on. Jesse Eisenberg up against Henry Cavill? Are you fucking kidding me?
You know, it almost seems like it was one of those situations where whoever was available kind of took the role.
Whoever's available?
I don't see why. I don't see how other actors that would probably play that role better than him didn't get the role. How is it that role wasn't shopped around to like some serious actors? Maybe it was turned down.
Okay,
you know, actors pass on roles too.
Yes, agreed.
So it's maybe like that's the way the cookie crumbles type of scenario.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
The cookie crumbles.
When you said that, as I was drinking my water, I was like, "Ooh, I can't wait to say that." But let's go into our new segment because I'm actually kind of excited to talk about it. And then if we have some time at the end, maybe we could talk a little bit about. Hey, I'm gonna show it to you right here.
You're covering it with your thumb.
Can you see that?
What?
Okay, never mind.
Okay. Sure.
I'll say.
Okay.
All right. So let's get it. Let's wait. So Max says Harley Quinn's animated show is good as fuck. I need to watch this because you're probably like the.
Oh shit.
Can you? Do you need that plugged in?
No.
Okay. So you're actually like the second or third person that has recommended that to me, and then Melissa says he was in Now You See Me. It's not a magician movie. If I'm not mistaken, weren't they like magicians?
Yeah, it was like that was like the whole Now You See Me, Now You Don't, where they committed crimes with magic acts.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to start us off?
Sure. So, we...
Oh, wait. What we're going to do, we want the audience to take part in. Okay.
I was about to
you going to say that?
Yeah,
okay, I'm
so
sorry.
we're about to run down some questions, some this or that questions.
For you. Mines are not necessarily this or that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that's what we were doing.
I know, but...
All right, fine, no problem. So, I have a list of this or that questions that I'm going to ask you. Okay. And I also would like to know what your guys and girls' answers would be on these this or that questions.
Whew.
All right. So
I'm excited for these because I actually have no fucking clue what they are.
So my first question is, would you rather be completely hairless or as hairy as a gorilla?
What?
Would you rather be completely hairless, no eyebrows, no eyelashes, no hair on your body whatsoever, or as hairy as a gorilla? How would you prefer to live your life?
Yo, I'm still trying to learn the words right now. Would I prefer to... Okay, I think you need to pour me some more wine. Would I prefer to live completely hairless or as hairy as a gorilla?
Or as hairy as a gorilla.
Okay.
wait.
Okay. So... Okay. I'm going to say that I would choose to be as hairy as a gorilla because I can remove the hair. And I think it's easier to remove than to replace.
Okay. That's interesting. Vanessa says, what are the circumstances? Do I need hair for warmth? What climate are we in, Evo? No, listen, there is no circumstances. It's either this is based on randomness. You could be born anywhere in the world just like any other human being, and if you had one choice, and your choice would be to be completely hairless or as hairy as a gorilla.
Oh my god.
Max says hairless. Melissa says as hairy as a gorilla.
Yeah, you see?
And Vanessa says, I'm going to say hairless for now. I'm going with Vanessa. I'm going to say hairless. Why? Because...
No, but you're asking me this question.
Well, I mean, I'd like to give my answer as well.
Okay, all right.
I want to say that I would like to be hairless. Why? Because because I can tattoo eyebrows on. I could put a wig on if I want to, or I can go bald. I can sport it either way I want to. And the rest of my body, I don't mind if it's hairless. But to be as hairy as a gorilla, that's a lot of shaving. You're going to be warm as hell, though, in the wintertime, though.
Listen, we live in 2021. I could go get laser.
Yeah, well.
And I could permanently remove some of that hair.
That's a lot of laser.
So, Vanessa says, laughing my ass off, say hairless for now. And then Sonia says that she loves Jim Carrey. I can wax and give myself shape-ups however I want to look.
Yo, for real.
Yo, I don't know why that was so hard for me to decide, because I was just like, do I want to wax or do I want to wear a wig? And because I've worn wigs before, I know how much I hate them.
Oh, really? I've never worn a wig, so I don't know how annoying they are.
Yeah, for me.
By the way, that's a TikTok that we watched.
Yeah, it's wearing a wig for me is actually very uncomfortable.
Okay.
But maybe it wouldn't be as uncomfortable if I had no hair. Wearing a wig when you have hair in your head, when you have a good amount of hair, it's very, for me, it's very bothersome. But I know that there's a lot of women that do it, and like they do that shit like without a blink of an eye.
Okay.
Okay.
Very nice answer.
And then Melissa says, I don't like being cold.
So them hairy as a gorilla is definitely suitable for you.
Okay, so my question to you is, would you rather have edible spaghetti hair that regrows every night or sweat, not sweet, maple syrup?
Wait, what? Whoa. Let me make sure that I understood. Hold on. I want to make sure that I understood this. Would I rather have edible regrowable spaghetti hair
that regrows every night, or sweat non-sweet maple syrup?
So maple syrup that is not sweet but is sweat.
Yeah, you sweat maple syrup.
I sweat non-sweet maple syrup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, edible spaghetti hair all day. All day. All day. I don't want maple syrup dripping down my body when I sweat. But I'll eat spaghetti. I like spaghetti.
But wait, this is why this is so okay. So Vanessa says, I don't know, I can't with these questions. So okay, I think it's so funny that you said that, but 2 seconds ago you were like, I don't want to be hairy. I could go bald, but you'll have spaghetti
No, but these
hair.
are different circumstances. This is the whole. Wait a minute, we're talking. Yo, edible spaghetti hair. Come on, man. I can run a business off that shit. You know what I'm saying? No, that's endless. That's endless income right there.
And you know what? I'll be honest. I'd agree with you. I would have.
You know, I'm gonna turn it into a business. You already know.
So wait. So the hair, bro, syrup on everywhere. Hell no. So and then Melissa says spaghetti head. And then Jiminy Lickett says, Buddy the Elf puts syrup on his spaghetti. What? Okay, well, listen.
Best of both worlds.
I personally would probably do the spaghetti hair too.
Yeah.
I actually kind of love spaghetti. And the fact that you said that you would turn it into a business.
You know I'm going to get paid.
Evil's like, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Let me get that money.
Okay, all right. So it goes on you now.
Yes. All right. So here's what I think. Okay, so this one
I'm sorry, my face hurts. All right, go ahead, go.
All right. So
I'm trying to relax my face because it hurts.
If you could pick a character from TV, if you could pick a character from a TV show and put them with a character from a book, who would you put together?
If I could take a character from a TV show and put it with a character from a book, who would I pick?
And why?
Ooh, okay. If I could take a character from a TV show
or a movie
and put them with a character from a book, who would I pick? Okay, so this is probably going to be a little obscure because...
That's the point.
Okay. If I could take a character from a movie, it would be the character from 50 Shades of Grey. I don't remember his actual character name, but we all know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who would do the things he did in 50 Shades of Grey. I would pair him with Anne Rice's version of Sleeping Beauty. Because in Anne Rice's version of Sleeping Beauty is awoken by... Spoiler alert! The Sleeping Beauty in Anne Rice's version, she's awoken by penetration.
And you think that he would do a great job?
Well, in the Anne Rice's version, when she's awoken through penetration, she then becomes a sex slave to the prince that awakens her. So
which would be well suited for his character.
So Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
Sleeping Beauty, then actually she kind of becomes a freak in Anne Rice's book. So I think pairing her up with the character from 50 Shades of Grey. And does anybody know what his name was? Because like it's kind of like evading me right now. Because I actually only watched the first 50 Shades of Grey movie. Christian Grey, yes.
Yes.
So
thank you.
So Christian Grey and Sleeping Beauty, I would pair those two together because it would be his ultimate nemesis. Because he would think that she would become his submissive. But if you read the Anne Rice books, which I actually have right there, right above us.
She's about that life.
She about that life. And in the end, she's like, guess what? Your turn. Like, put these handcuffs on.
More, daddy, more.
And if you have not read The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty by Anne Rice and you like erotica, no one does it better than Anne Rice in these books. It is a 3-part series. Highly recommend these books.
You've spoken highly of that book.
Blew my fucking socks off. Okay? Puts 50 Shades of Grey in the dirt. But I would love to hear your answer on that question.
So, you know I'm not an avid book reader. So
Okay.
I did not have one for this.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Fair enough.
But I liked your answer. It was very good.
Thanks. So, And then Star says, wait, what? And Melissa says, Harry Potter and Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Oh my god, that would be so much fun.
That would be fun.
But I feel like Sheldon and Harry Potter would be similar to Harry Potter and Hermione, because Hermione was a know-it-all.
Right. So then Sheldon with what's his name? The redhead kid. Not Hermione, Harry Potter, but what's the other kid's name?
Of course, I can't remember.
Well, you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
Him with Sheldon.
Yeah. I think that would drive him. Okay, Melissa, tell me. Okay, wait. Melissa, tell me the name of the character. Hermione, Harry, and oh my god, I can't believe I forget his name right now. I'm sorry. It's not coming to me right now, but I know it. And then Melissa says, just because I think it would be funny. And Max says Negan from The Walking Dead and Robert Muldoon from Jurassic Park book. Both of them would be amazing hunt off. Oh shit. That's actually really cool, and I'm very familiar with Negan from The Walking Dead.
Yes.
That would be so interesting.
Ron Weasley,
yes. Okay. Negan from The Walking Dead, Ron, and Max said Ron. And Robert Muldoon from Jurassic Park. I don't know him from the book, but I do know him from Jurassic Park. I actually love Jurassic Park. I actually cried the first time I saw Jurassic Park. True story. Because I actually felt like I was fucking seeing real dinosaurs for the first time. Okay. So my question to you now that we did that. And I'm so glad that you liked my answer.
I did. It was very good.
And it's interesting because I have the books right above us. So my question to you is, would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions, or tattoos that appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday?
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Same to you, audience. Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions, or tattoos that appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday?
Okay, when it's all over my body, my face too?
All over your body.
I'm going to go with the skin color changing, depicting my emotions. Because you can't hide tattoos, right? And especially if they're all over your face. And it depicts what you did yesterday. So God forbid you did something scandalous, something illegal, something you're ashamed of. It's going to be tattooed all over your face. There's no hiding that. Now, your emotions, I believe you can control to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. So I would have more control over one over the other. Like, I feel like that one is the lesser of two evils.
So I would 100% agree with you on that. When I read this question, I was like, ooh, there would be no hiding secrets.
Right.
If you had tattoos all over your body. And even good secrets. Because sometimes I don't always think secrets are bad. Like, if you were trying...
Well, but it's depicted of what you did yesterday.
Yeah.
So
and what I mean by that is, if you were doing something for your significant other that was a secret. So, like, you went out and did something for them without them knowing. Like, let's say you went and bought me something without me knowing, but you weren't going to show it to me for a couple of days. There would be a tattoo on
you'd have no personal life. I mean, forget about it. You guys would know when I masturbated.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
whoa.
yeah, which is something highly personal. It's something highly personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm using that as a reference because that's highly personal. And so if everything that you do that's personal will be tattooed all over your body. So yeah, I'm good. I'd rather change colors.
Okay, wait. I wanna read. So Star said changing color skin because sometimes I do some sus shit.
Yo, you know what I'm saying, Star? That's what I'm talking about.
And Melissa says colors. I don't need no tattoos showing up how I laid in bed all day and pooped.
That's what I'm saying.
And then Melissa said you would mess up Christmas. Yo, that's so true. You'd be like, Santa Claus ain't real.
Yo, this would literally be, you know what we used to say? Like, it would be so interesting if animals could talk. Because all of the shit that we do in front of our animals because they can't talk, that nobody knows of, the animals would be talking.
So, okay. So talking a little bit about the colors and the emotions, what it made me think about was the movie Inside Out, the Disney movie Inside
Yes.
Out. And when I thought about this, asking you this question, I just thought about you always being red. Because, like, you're either stressed or mad, and you're just like, ah! Like, I could just imagine, like, fucking fire shooting out of your head.
I do be going through it.
And then I would either be the girl that was, like, yellow, happy all the time. I would literally go from her to being the blue girl. I would just be like, oh, my God, you want to hang out? And then I would just be like, oh.
Yep.
I just want to sit on the couch and do nothing today. And, like, I hate everybody and I hate the world. Like, you and I would be so
This is why we compliment each other.
Yeah, I know. I think you and I would be so polar opposite in colors all the time. I think that would be so much fun.
I think if we were both blue, we would have offed ourselves a long time ago. 2 Eeyores, fucking.
I'm gonna go build a house. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah. And Sonia is chiming in a little bit,
Yeah.
and she says, "I'd rather be hairy because I could always cut it." And then Sarah says, "LMO, damn evil, you're always stressed out or mad."
Star, the weight of the world be on my shoulders, girl. You don't even know.
And you know what? And I love you for that because you do it. You do it so regal.
Yeah.
Like, evil just be like, I'm gonna kill somebody,
Yeah.
but you want some bacon? Like,
Yeah.
you be so chill about that shit.
Yeah, you know
But
what?
like, if you change colors, everybody would just stay out of your way because you'd always be red. You'd just be like, I love you. But you would be so red.
But somebody's got to die. You know what it feels like sometimes? You know that statue? There's like, it's like a...
I'm sorry. I just thinking about you walking around the house like,
Yeah.
Gina, what do you want for breakfast today?
Gang banging on bacon.
And hello, Stephanie. Welcome to the stream. So nice
What's
to
up,
see you.
Stephanie?
Oh my God.
Welcome.
Welcome, friend. Okay, I literally have tears in my eyes right now. Okay, so the next question is on you.
I feel like yours are pretty out there.
Oh, you like mine?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You know what's so funny is that I got a glimpse of your questions and I was like, yo, a bitch better ante up.
Oh man, you see, that's you got a Hawkeye, yo.
Evil, I said a glimpse.
A glimpse.
I literally saw a glimpse of your questions, and full disclosure, we did not look at each other's questions because we wanted our responses
like genuine.
to be we want our responses to be genuine. But I got a glimpse of Evo's. I literally read 2 words and I was like, oh shit, I better not play with these questions tonight.
So this one is actually directed specifically to you. Because I would like to know.
Okay.
Would you prefer, if you had to choose one for the rest of your life, coffee or tea? Yeah. Yeah, I said it.
Whoa! My hands just went weak when you said that to me. Coffee or tea for the rest of my life?
Ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand that Gina, every night, coffee in the morning, tea at night. Every night. So if I knew that this right here would be like Moses parting the Red Sea.
Okay.
Choose one.
I would probably use tea.
Yeah?
Okay, and I'll tell you why. Because there are some really strong teas out there. And there are teas that have as, if not almost the same amount of concentration as coffee. So I could probably get the same effect in the morning, but then do an herbal tea still at night and still get that zen that I'm looking for.
Okay. I honestly, I thought you were gonna go with coffee.
But the sad bitch that I would be, the fact that I could no longer drink the coffee that you make in the morning, watching you drink it would make me probably
I will be honest with you.
And if I was colored, a bitch would be red while you drank that coffee. I would be like, you like the way that tastes?
Will you be drinking your tea?
Fucking kill you.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I honestly thought that you were gonna go with coffee because of the way that you look forward to coffee in the morning. You do not look forward to tea the way you look forward to coffee.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
For real. Like,
Bustelo,
I've never
actually.
seen you express the joy of tea as you do for coffee. So
Let me tell
I'm a little
you,
surprised about that one.
do you remember when I was pregnant with Ava, how I then totally
Yes.
abstained from drinking coffee?
And stay from drinking a lot of things.
Well, obviously.
Yes.
But the minute I gave birth to her, the next day when they were like, "What do you want for breakfast?" I was like, "Coffee."
She's like, "Open that vein up."
I was like, bring me that coffee.
She was like,
they were like, "How would you want?" I was like, black.
She was like, "Bring the IV."
Black as night. So a lot of people are chiming in and they're saying, Max is saying tea. Max says no brainer. Tea has more flavors. Melissa says tea. And then Max says, listen, I used to run to the store for her all the time. Yep. I know.
Yep.
And then Stephanie says,
wow.
Tea for all the moods. And Star also says tea.
Okay. Tea. Strong. Got muscles.
Got muscles.
Tea got muscles.
Okay.
You got muscles. Okay, T.
Yeah.
All right.
So my question to you for tonight and to the audience is, here we go. If you could time travel, but not return, what time would you go to and where would you go to? Keep in mind, you can travel there, but you cannot come back to this current time.
Okay. So I have a question.
Question? Okay.
Do I go back in time?
No. Listen to me. Time travel. Back, forward.
No. I understand that. But do I go back in time and I'm still who I am today back in time? Or do I go back in time to a person who I was back in time? Or do I go to the future to an older version of myself?
You're Evo. So if
I'm today's Evo.
No. If you go back in time, you're not today's Evo. You're Evo back in time. But, so, you're back, but if you're Evo, but you're Evo in that time.
Oh, that's easy.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I'm going back.
No. I said when and where. So you need to be specific.
I'm going back to 12 years old. I don't remember the year. Soon after I came back from DR.
Okay. I'm interested to know why.
Because that's the part of my life that if I had an opportunity to change and do different, I would like to. And two, time is the one thing you can't buy. It's priceless. People will give up millions, their wealth, in order to acquire time. Yeah. So if I could go back and hit a reset button and do it all over again with more time, I'll have the one thing that nobody can ever get.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll do that in a heartbeat.
So, if I could time travel, I would probably go back to 1994 when I got accepted to the high school of my dreams. I would have went there instead of where I ended up going.
Okay.
And I think I would have then been able to pursue my career or my journey rather in what I wanted to do at that time, which was to run track.
It was my dream.
It was my dream.
That's from what's his name? What's his name? The comedian?
Huh?
What's his name? The comedian that does that.
Oh, Joyko. It was my dream.
It was my dream.
You know what's so fucked up is that we're choosing to only go back to our timelines when we could have went back to any timeline.
Well, but you said at a timeline, a specific timeline.
No. It could be any timeline. But you're gonna be Evo. You're still gonna be Evo.
No, but you're saying that I'm gonna be me, so I can't go back to before I was born, because then I didn't exist.
Yeah, you could time travel, but you'll be Evo in that time. When anybody time
how old am I gonna be? Like if I go back,
you are going to be Evo. Okay, so maybe I should elaborate a little.
That's what I was trying to clarify.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go back then. You are going to be the Evo that you are right now. You will be Evo the age that you are. You're going to time travel to any time, forward, back.
Oh.
And well, listen to me.
Without a doubt, I'm going back.
Okay, you cannot return though.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
So, maybe we should start this question again.
Yes.
Where would you go?
Still the same answer. I would. Well, okay. All right. So then I would go back to right when I met you.
2005.
Yes.
Okay.
I would go back right when I met you, so that I could still live my life and be with you, but knowing everything I know now and implement it back when we first got together.
Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, I would love that opportunity.
Can I be honest? Right? I think that that's beautiful, and I love you for that. Having read the book *Sapiens*,
Yeah.
if I could go back in time, I would go back to the dawn of man.
Okay.
And I would go back to when we were hunter-gatherers. Because
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and I'm glad that that doesn't surprise
That doesn't
you.
surprise me.
Because I would go back to that time because the appeal of that life blows my mind.
Yes.
It blows my mind because we as humans, we can't revert. Like we can never go back to that unless we lived in post-apocalyptic. But anyway.
So let's. All right, so, oh wait, hold up, stop the presses. Stephanie is a coffee person. Thank you. Fine, I got one. That's coffee.
No, that's tea and coffee.
Tea and coffee?
She said tea then coffee.
All right. Damn it.
Okay, so Melissa says the 1920s fashion, boo.
Okay.
And Max says same. Return to 12 to prevent. Well, you know, Gina. And then
we're gonna keep that on the hush,
right? Stephanie says, I say 10 years from now, if I don't know what we know, we wouldn't have changed our mistakes. I have learned so much of myself and feel great things. That's beautiful. I think I would just probably want to skip fucking 2020 as a whole. Maybe even 2021. And then Max says, 117 to 138 AD, Roman Empire times, reign of Emperor Hadrian. I want to see the world back then. And then Sonia says, skin changes with my emotions. Aw, she's still like, I wonder what, like, I feel like she's a little bit behind. But, and then Melissa says, aw. So, that was my question to you.
Okay.
Now your question to me and to the audience. And, oh, good, we still have a good amount of time. So, I still have, like,
we're gonna get through
good.
This. Yeah. All right,
so I was worried that we wouldn't get through these questions because, like, I want to know what everybody thinks.
So if you had to choose one place to live for the rest of your life, would it be the beach or would it be the forest?
The beach, without a doubt.
Like, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. I would live on the beach without a doubt. Because the forest doesn't allow me the ability to be by the ocean.
But you can be by lakes.
Yeah, but that to me is not the same body of water. You know how I feel about the beach, Evo. The forest means, like, the forest cannot live in the same type of, forests cannot live in the same type of temperature that the beaches can. You know how I feel about warm weather. Forests tend to flourish off of, like, not extreme temperatures.
Okay, so forest or jungle?
You didn't say jungle.
All right, so forest or jungle?
I would still live on the beach.
Okay. Max says beach.
And I will say this. Once upon a time, I probably would have answered that question differently. Actually, no. After the pandemic, or post-pandemic, because I feel like we're on the latter part of the pandemic. I thought I was like a super extrovert. Mm-hmm. And it has come to be that I am truly more introvert than I knew more than I knew. I enjoy my solitude, I enjoy my peace, and I enjoy my connection with nature. And one of the connections with nature that I have is the beach. I love the feeling of the sand. I love the sound of the ocean. It does something to me. I love the forest though, because I've been in the forest. We've gone camping, I've gone hiking. There's something about the beach that calls to me. And I would live on the beach for the rest of my life.
So Stephanie,
without a doubt.
Stephanie says,
be a mermaid.
"Oh my God, forest." And Melissa says beach.
And Max says beach,
Yeah.
100%.
I'm actually kind of torn. I'm torn only because I don't know what it's like to live in a forest. I mean, I've been in forest, but I do know what it's like to live
On an island.
on an island,
Yeah.
beach life and stuff like that, and it is a beautiful life. Um, but something about the forest just seems very Mother Nature like, you know. And there's so much
I just
more.
spilled water on
There's so
myself.
much more Earth and Mother Nature and life going on in the forest than there is on the beach. So like, it's a part of it is very intriguing to me. And I feel like I would like to experience what it's like to live in a forest before I make the decision. But if I had to right now, it would probably be a beach.
Yeah. And when I think about beach, hey baby, come on.
I would like to know why, Stephanie. Can you give us a little bit of
We have a
insight
visitor.
of why the forest for you? I would like to know.
No, you can't go there. Yeah, come on, sit down.
And Max says beaches are a big part of my life,
Yes.
and I miss that. I still remember the time with me and Gina driving her green Honda way back in traffic for hours to go to the beach. I will
Aw.
always remember that. Max, we're
Aw.
still doing it, but except we figured out how to get out in front of the traffic.
Yeah.
We don't do traffic no more.
Yeah, we don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Aw. For everybody, this is Chloe. This is our oldest kitty cat. I'm so glad that she joined the live stream tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so you ready for my question?
Yes.
Because you know that I would live on the beach. But you said you would live in a forest.
No, I said there's a part of me that is very intrigued by the forest only because of the Mother Nature aspect of it. And you know me, I'm a nature buff. Like I love watching lots of things about nature and things like that. And I just feel like the forest has so much more of that. Mm-hmm. So there's a part of me that's definitely drawn to it.
And then Stephanie says, I live in front of the preserves for almost 10 years.
There you go.
There are amazing tree houses, Airbnbs.
See, yeah.
I'm going to go hang out with Stephanie. I'm serious.
She's going to show us the ropes.
Me and Stephanie have a virtual connection, and I love that. Okay, so my question to you and to the audience is, if you could play the lead role in a movie, what movie and who would you be and why? And it has to be okay. And the lead role that you're playing is a movie that you've already seen.
If I could play a lead role
in a
movie, who would it be and why?
Yes.
Iron Man.
Oh, wow! The fact.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Who the hell would not want to be Tony Stark's?
Yo! That is such a good answer!
Yo, give me that. Give me all of it. Give me Jarvis. Give me Tony Stark. Give me all that Iron Man technology. Yes, I want it all.
Wow.
I would love to be that.
That's a really good answer. I did not think that you were going to say
really?
that.
What did you think I was going to say?
Honestly, can I be 100% honest? I thought you were going to say something like Wolf on Wall Street. Like you would want to be one of those tycoons or something like that.
Yeah, they end up in jail. So, as rich as they are, Tony Stark's got a better life.
Okay. Could you take a guess about who I would be? What lead I would play, and what movie and why?
I want to say Edward Scissorhands. Oh, did I strike a chord that you didn't pick, but you wish you would have?
So true story. That wasn't my that movie has. I
almost feel like you would love to play that character.
Yes and no. I love that character for different reasons. But I could tell you right now who I'd want to be and why I would want to be that lead. I would, without a doubt, want to be Blade.
Really?
What?
I didn't see that coming.
To be a lead role as Blade, to be a half human, half vampire, to be a daywalker, to be able to walk in the light and bust ass and kill vampires?
All right. Now that you put it like that, I could see that.
Can you pour this, please? That would be my dream. That would be my dream. Okay? That would be my dream.
It was my dream.
Okay, to be that. And because, in addition to that, Edward Scissorhands only got one movie. Blade got 3 movies.
All right.
And
I get it.
And just to connect to you, Blade is Marvel. You said you want to be Iron Man. I want to be Blade. I just want to be the female Blade.
So we'll be in the same wheelhouse.
Wait, hold on a second. I gotta read some comments. So Melissa says Tom Hanks has shown me that you can live on a beach. Melissa, I so agree with you on that.
We are fire.
In Castaway, that would so be me. And then Stephanie says Mother Nature is everywhere, but personally, I feel Mother Nature between tall trees.
Yes.
And then Max says Spider-Man, recent MCU stuff. Max says take me back to NYC. And then Sonia says yes, Cafe Bustelo. There's no coffee like it.
No, there isn't.
Okay, true. And then Max says some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill. And then Stephanie says, thank you, Gina. Oh, I hope she's referring to our virtual connection. And then Melissa says, I want to be Tony Stark.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Tony Stark is the man.
Yo, just let me just get the glasses. I'll take that for now. And I'll work my way up the ladder. But yes, Tony Stark's all day.
It's Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark's.
Stark's Industry. Stark's. All right.
It's Stark Industries.
Yes. Yeah, I want all that. All right.
Wait, hold on. Stephanie says, I want to be the female Desperado. Antonio Banderas, such badass.
Ooh, I like that.
That is actually, Stephanie, I think you should write to
Desperados. Yo, we should watch that movie again.
I love that movie.
That's a great movie.
I own that movie.
That's a great movie. A great movie. Okay.
So it's on you now for a question. By the way, I'm loving these. We only have about 10 minutes left.
All right.
But I have actually 2 more questions. I know
Okay.
you have. I know you did a little bit more than I did, but I'm enjoying this.
All right. So, here's an interesting question. Would you rather be badly wounded or chronically ill? And when I say badly wounded, I mean like ER type of wounded.
I would rather be badly wounded because I tend to be, on a serious note, I could be a little bit like of a hypochondriac. And if I'm chronically ill, you're not going to want to live with that person.
Down the rabbit hole you go.
Yeah, I would literally just be like on WebMD all the time. And I would just be like, Evo, I know that it says that I have emphysema, but I think I got fucking some other shit.
I got bronchitis.
You know,
no, it's the other way around. So I know I got bronchitis, but I think I got emphysema.
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah, that would be you.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I would have consistent post nasal drip, and a bitch think she would be dying all the time. So I would rather literally be, and because I have a high threshold for pain.
Yeah.
I would rather be drastically wounded. Especially having TMI, having 2 C-sections, I think a bitch will be okay. Because if I'm in the hospital, they giving me drugs. Correct?
Yeah, they are. So yeah, and you know what? And I now that you put it that way, I get it. I can definitely see that.
Okay.
Wait, let me give my answer before you go to these because this you're gonna go back a bit. I would rather be badly wounded.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, just because I mean it's you once you recover from the wound, it's behind you.
Correct. So Bozen Irang says, "What's good, peeps? Yo, what's good?
What's good, B?
For coming through." And then Max says, "Best one-liner from Blade ever." Oof.
I don't remember any of his one-liners.
I can't say that I remember any of his one-liners. Max, if you want to refresh my memory, but there are some very vivid scenes in my mind. And then Melissa says, if Wicked was a movie, Elphaba. Ooh, I love Elphaba. You know I love witches.
Yeah,
that hits
that
a
was
soft
great.
spot with me.
Yeah, that was a
But you know, I have like a strong love for Elphaba. I
Mm-hmm.
have a couple of those. And to my lovely friends who actually bought me a pop of Elphaba. And then Bozen Iran says, do you guys think DNA tests should be mandatory at birth?
Absolutely not.
Oh, that's
That
interesting.
is a good question though, but absolutely not. Only I feel like if you want to know, then you're gonna know. But if you feel like truthfully, there's no question, then why question it?
That's a very left field question
Yeah.
in regards to our topics, but do I think DNA should be mandatory at birth?
Do your DNA testing.
I'm gonna have to circle back to that. I need to think about that for a second. And then Stephanie says, I love that movie. I can recite the whole movie. Stephanie, just remind me what movie you're talking about. If we're talking about Blade or we're talking about what other movie did we mention?
We talked about Castaway.
And then Max says, badly injured. That's just once. The other is forever, most of the time. The ice skating uphill is from Blade. Oh! And then Melissa also says badly wounded. So a lot of people are agreeing with badly wounded because honestly, I could not deal with chronically being sick. And I salute the people that are chronically sick because I know that there are many people in this world that was actually one of the focuses that was happening during the pandemic was the solitude that a lot of people deal with when they're chronically sick. How they have to deal with being in solitude a lot because they can't go outside into the regular world because they're chronically sick. And that's not why I couldn't deal with that because I actually am okay with being inside a lot or being in solitude. I just couldn't deal with it because my mind would race into places where it shouldn't be, and I would potentially make myself more sick than I should be, right? Because at the height of the pandemic, anytime I felt a little tingle in my throat, I thought I was
you had COVID.
Oh, so Stephanie says Desperado. Okay, and then Sonia says that she would live at the beach. So, you ready for my question?
Yes.
Okay. If you could lose one body part for a superpower, what body part would you choose to lose, and what superpower would you gain? So you have to lose a body part to gain a superpower. I want to know what body part would you lose, and what superpower would you gain?
This is interesting.
Yes. Because it's a give and a take. So I want to know, what would you give to receive something? And same thing to the audience. What body part would you lose to gain a superpower? And what would that body part be? And what would that superpower be?
I'm gonna say,
and it has to be, and full disclosure, it has to be like a full body part. You can't be like, I'll lose a pinky.
Oh, you know I was about to give up a pinky.
No, it needs to be like, if you losing fingers, you losing all your fingers.
All right, so I'm gonna give up a leg.
Oh shit! Really?
I'm gonna give up a leg for Professor Xavier's power, because I'm gonna be in a wheelchair anyway.
His power being able to read minds?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. You want to be able to read people's minds?
Yes.
Oh wow. I salute you in that because there's constant chatter there that I think that would be oh wow. Max says left arm telekinesis. Almost the same thing. Really? Okay.
Because you want to know why? Because that gives me the ultimate edge on everything. I could literally know and have a leg up and be one step ahead of the game.
But technically, you wouldn't have a leg up.
Well, I could still have one leg and I'd be up. I would have an advantage mentally over everybody.
Okay. I would lose, if we're gonna answer this truthfully, a body part. I would lose one of my ears, for the ability to be invisible.
Is that a body part though? An ear?
Yes, an ear is a body part.
Damn, I would have gave up an ear.
You said a leg. I don't know why you chose that.
Because Professor
A
X
full ear is my body part.
That's like a finger. No. That's right up there with a finger.
How is that a finger?
Because it's like an extremity. Like it's like no.
Okay, so both my ears. Both my ears to be invisible.
Okay, again, that's like a finger. A whole body part.
How are both my ears not a full body part?
No, we're talking. You said no. No, you said no fingers, ears right.
No, I
here.
just mean that you can't like.
Okay.
I mean that you can't just be like, I'll lose one toe for something.
No, your ear is part of your head.
What?
Yes.
All right. Okay, fine. I would lose an arm to be invisible.
Okay. But why invisible?
Because you think that you can get an edge up by reading people's minds. I don't always want to read people's minds, but the ability to be invisible, I can be in anybody's space at any given time without them knowing. So I don't need to read their mind because I can hear their words.
Just because you're invisible doesn't mean that you can't be sensed.
Okay, fine that I could be sensed, but fine they can sense me, but they still can't see me. So who the fuck cares?
I mean, it's not the complete full advantage though.
Listen, I read enough comics and watch enough comic movies to know that the ability to read people's minds becomes a burden because you can't shut that shit off.
No, I'm not. This is not Bruce Almighty. Like I'm not just it's not like a just an open channel of everybody's voices in my head. I have the ability to read people's minds.
Stephanie says, I don't want to be in anyone's head, LOL. Max says, I feel like what you lose, you should be proportional to your power. You get earlobes and teleport. See, Melissa said too.
No, Melissa, no.
See, okay, I feel that both ears equates to a body part. Both of my ears. Oh, and Melissa says, okay, bye, boobs. Melissa said goodbye to my titties. A bitch gonna teleport.
Melissa, your titties not gonna be tittying no more.
But you know what? Melissa's probably just like, I'll just get new titties.
Fuck it.
I'll get fake titties.
No, you cannot. You give it up.
Why not?
No, because you give it up and that's it.
But if it's not real, it's not a body part anymore.
No. You giving it up.
Nah.
The whole point of giving it up is you giving it up.
And who's to say that you can't get a prosthetic leg?
I gave it up. That means it's gone forever.
All right, fine.
You exchanged it for a superpower. Fine. You can't have it back.
You want the ability to read minds. I want the ability to be invisible.
All right.
So you can't read my mind if you can't see me.
Of course I can.
How can you?
Because I could sense. You still have a mind. I can read it. No. I don't have to see you to read your mind.
Evo, you won't even know that I'm there.
I can feel you.
No.
I can feel you.
No.
The whole part. The whole part. Wait, slow down. Stop. No, you slow down. The whole part of me being able to read your mind is to be able to get into the electronical pulses in your brain. Okay, your brain pattern, your thoughts are electronical pulses. All right, so that's how I can read your mind. Whether you're invisible or not, you still have that going through you.
I'm sorry. You're not going that deep into it. You just said the ability to read minds.
Reading minds.
You didn't say that you could read my mind based off electronical pulses.
Wait, what do you think your thoughts are based out of? How do you think your mind works?
How do you think
your mind works?
You think it's electronical pulses?
What?
Your brain's a muscle, Evo.
Your brain is a muscle, but
yes.
What do you think moves your muscles?
Your nervous system.
Okay, and what are those nervous systems? You know what? We're not going to do this right now.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
I
love, and by the way, can I just say, I'm so happy that the mama girl is here. Everybody gets to see the mama girl tonight.
You love that cat.
Okay, so that was my question to you, right? Now, we actually, oh my God, it's already 9:30.
It is 9:30.
Wait, hold on. I have one more question. So you ask me one more, and then I ask you one more, and then we'll end the night tonight. Wait, hold on, wait. So Max says, I mean, Lieutenant Dan lost both Wait. Max says, Lieutenant Dan lost both legs to find God. Lieutenant Dan, I scream. Max, that is my favorite. That is my number 2 favorite movie of all time. Lieutenant Dan is my dude. Okay. He said, I'm walking here.
So, my final question is.
Okay, your final question.
Would you rather? What would you rather give up for a whole year? music or television?
Oh my god. I would give up television.
For a whole year. No shows, no movies.
Because I could read books. I could read books. And you know, I'm an avid reader, so I would have no problem being able, because I could still fulfill my...
Okay, but no.
You say I couldn't read books?
But books are story-based things.
No, stop. You said TV or music.
All right.
I would give up TV without a heartbeat, because I can use my imagination in a book, and I could create my own TV through a book, and I could still hear music. Sorry.
Damn, loophole. You got it.
Yeah, because you know that I like to read.
Fuck.
Okay?
Because you know what? I should have added that in there, because that would have been part of that.
Well, you didn't. So, sorry. And then Max says TV for sure, because Max will read too. You didn't think I was going to pick that because you don't like to read.
I mean, I like to read. I'm just not an avid reader. Like, if you saw, listen, did you not see me burn through that fucking book that I was reading through last night?
I don't know. I was on TikTok.
Yeah. I was going through that book. You know, if I read something that I generally have an interest in, I will read it. But there's not a lot of books and stuff like that that interest me. So, you know.
Melissa said that she could get a bra with titties in it.
No.
And Melissa said that means that her titties will still be titties.
No. You get no titties. Zero titties. Your titty card has been revoked. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Right?
What are you doing, mama girl?
It's an exchange. You exchange one for the other.
Okay.
So you no longer have the other.
Okay,
right?
so now tell me, what would you choose? TV over music?
I would
I'm kind of...
You know what? I would choose TV. Because the music that's out right now, I can't say that I'm enjoying it as much as I enjoyed music in the past. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually enjoying TV more and the stuff that's coming out than I am music. So I'm going to go with TV.
Okay. I respect that decision. I'm kind of mind blown by that, but okay. I respect that decision.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And Stephanie says that she would give up TV too. Wait. Oh, hold on a second. So, I just want to make sure that when you guys are saying TV, do you mean that you would give up TV versus radio? Or not music. We said music.
Yeah, TV versus music.
I think that they're saying that they would give up TV. And then Max says, music is too important. I got books and audio books are a thing. Ooh. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, audio, like, I just feel like it's so easy to give up TV because, like, books just give you, like, a whole nother universe. The book that I'm reading right now is literally, like, transporting me to another world right now.
Yeah, I definitely, if I could have refined that, it would have been anything that is story-like. Movie story, like anything like that. Like if you're gonna read a book on how to cook, if you're gonna read a book on how to books or anything that's like educational type that doesn't take you on a journey like a movie does, then that would have been the way that I would have liked to structure it. But
you didn't.
Granted, I didn't, and so you guys found the loophole and you took advantage of it, like fucking most people do. You're fucking typical, all right? So screw all of you.
What?
All of you.
You just mad because we like to read and you don't.
It's not about reading, man. It's like that.
No, that's what it is because we all literally have said
that's a cheat code. You guys are the type of people to play video games and use cheat codes.
No,
all right, all of you.
Oh, because we read books and we know how to read cheat codes.
No, that's a cheat code.
No, you just mad because you don't like to read books. So leave that alone. Max says, Evo, check out 000 or even Silence of the Lambs. Both books are amazing. So much more than the shows or movies, respectively. I just found out that Amazon made a show for 000. So maybe you would like it because it's,
yeah, I'll check it out.
And Melissa says that she would give up television, and Stephanie also says that she would give up TV. So sorry, you were alone in the music.
The music right now is not that great to me. Sorry.
I know that music is not that great to you right now because you are a creature of habit.
I've been very open to a lot of music that's out right now. It's
Really?
just not. Yes,
Have you?
yes, Gina. There's stuff that I listen to that you don't appreciate.
I
And
would.
that is not from like my era.
Okay. I would say that I listen to a lot more new music than you.
I'm not debate. That's not a
I
debate.
I know. So like,
This is my personal choice.
yeah,
I'm
I
saying
know.
I'm not enjoying
Hmm.
the music that's out now as much as I'm enjoying the TV and stuff that I'm watching in the shows and the
So
movies that are coming out. And so I find more enjoyment in those than I do in the new music that's coming out.
what's interesting to me about that, and I'm gonna say, what's interesting to me about that is that like I feel like I expose you to more new TV than you expose yourself to it.
Uh, yeah. Well, you exposed me to kind of both, but
Yeah. So like I find that
but
interesting that you would choose something that you know a little less about versus something that you know more about. I feel like you know a lot about music versus TV. That's why I just
but
find
we're
that
talking
interesting.
about giving it up for a year.
Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
problem giving up that for a
So
year.
that's what I'm saying. Being that taking everything that I've been exposed to this point, I don't have a problem giving up music for a year and continuing to enjoy what I'm enjoying. I think for the next year that I would comfortably enjoy more the music, I mean the TV shows and the movies that have been coming out, more so that I would enjoy the music that is coming out. And I'll continue to consume myself with the stuff that I've been consuming myself and be perfectly content.
Yeah.
You know I will.
Yeah, I know because you're a creature of
It's not
habit.
even
So
about creature of habit. I'm deeply immersed in what I'm consuming right now. And
are you? What are you consuming right now?
uh,
TV wise?
no, 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 no.
No, no, no. But because you
No,
said,
no.
wait, hold on. You said that you would pick TV over music.
Right,
So
but
tell
you're
me.
taking what I said out of context.
Mhm.
What I've said was is that I am deeply immersed in what I'm consuming right now outside of TV and music, right?
Mhm.
So
Oh, you mean like okay.
yes, my other endeavors that I have
Mhm.
going on.
Okay.
So I don't really feel the need to like be tapped into music the way that a
Okay.
lot of people
But
do.
but
So on my off time, I'd rather sit down and watch a good TV show or a good
mhm.
movie
True.
rather than diving into like the latest music that's out right now.
Okay.
It's just me.
But it doesn't have to be the latest music. It could also just be music that you
Okay,
enjoy.
but that music, I would gladly give it up for a year
Okay.
to be able to enjoy new films and new shows that are coming out because that's what I'm spending more of my time doing now.
I find that so interesting because you literally know nothing about new TVs and you
That's not true. That's not true. You just say that I
okay.
know nothing, Gina.
Wait.
Here you go again, over exaggerating simple
Okay.
points. All right,
So,
you need to stand
okay.
corrected on
Okay.
that.
All right. Before I go to my last question, tell me about a new TV show that's
Okay,
expected
first of all, I mean, a new TV show,
that is expected to come out in the 6 months to a year.
a new TV show
Name one.
that is expected to come out in 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
I do know one.
Okay.
It's just not off the top of my head.
Okay.
And you know that
Yeah, that's not
I'll
necessarily your
yeah
forte to
yeah
recall things.
yeah.
Okay. That's why I find it interesting because I could recall like about five
Look,
TV shows.
in the same aspect,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell you who's dropping an album within the next 6 months.
Well, Justin Timberlake.
Okay, so fair enough. Okay, that's it's just that you it's I painted the same way with the same brush.
Yeah.
Okay, so for you to ask me that about TV shows as if I have like 6 albums that are just raw off the top of my tongue right now that I could spit out to you,
Not
no.
6 albums. Six.
Okay.
I said a
Okay.
TV show.
What I'm saying, though, even though 6 albums or even an album of an artist that I'm highly anticipating to come out right now, no, I don't. All right, so it's no different for you to ask me that question as if like that holds weight that I can't spit out a TV show that's gonna come out. But what I'm telling you again,
I just think that you're like more tied into music. So I was surprised that you chose TV over music.
and I literally told you why.
All
right, here we go. We're going in circles.
I understand.
Let's move on.
Listen to me. I understand
Okay,
why.
great.
I just found
All
it
right,
interesting.
fantastic.
So
okay.
that was your last.
Yes, that was my last question.
So let's go to my last question, and we're done for the night. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Stephanie says Evo cannot lose. Die hard. It's so important. And then Melissa says, Evo, get a book on Hawkeye's origins.
Yo, Melissa, I'm about to hook you into Hawkeye.
Wow, we've actually gone almost 2 hours. So my last question to you is, are you ready for this last question?
Yo, I'm gonna fuck Melissa up when I see her here.
She does it all with love.
I know she does.
You ready for this last question?
Yes, let's go. Okay. Let's do it.
To wrap up the night, would you rather have to fart loudly every time you have a serious conversation, or have to burp after every kiss?
Oh, fuck. I mean,
I'm gonna repeat that.
That's actually a no-brainer for me.
And when I say burp, I mean burp regular, Evo.
Yeah, no, you're saying, but like burp after every kiss, right? Yes. So you fart loudly after every conversation.
After every serious
conversation.
Or burp after every kiss.
And I'm going to have to go with fart loudly. I'm just going to have to go with fart loudly. For 2 reasons.
Tell me why, Evo, and then we can wrap up tonight. Why you rather fart after a conversation versus burping after a kiss?
Because for one, I don't burp. And you know this.
I know, and then that's why I said burp regular.
So, yeah, but even regularly, I don't burp. And 2, I enjoy an intimate moment more than I do, I want to say more than I do a serious conversation. So I would hate to ruin an intimate moment by burping rather than farting after a serious conversation. Because honestly, I think farting after a kind of serious conversation will kind of break the ice a bit. You know what I'm saying? It'll just kind of loosen things up a bit. Like literally loosen things up a bit.
We just made Chloe so uncomfortable. Chloe's she was like,
I'm fucking out of here. You guys are fucking disgusting.
I'm just thinking about you being like, you know what, Gina? You really... And he being all dumb, bro. I'm just so dumb right now.
Yeah, it'd be such a good way to break ice. I'm gonna go with that. I like that.
My face hurts so much right now. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me read this. So Stephanie says, I can't stop laughing because honestly, like when I thought about this question, because I thought about you when I thought about this question. Right?
Did you?
Yeah. Because I know you're like predicament on things.
Yeah,
right?
I don't burp. So if I'm telling you guys I don't burp, then you know what's going on in my life.
Okay, let me relax my face because my face hurts right now from laughing so hard. So Max says burp because I have those sorts of conversations every day at work. Max would be like, so, Michael, I brought you to the office today because we've been reviewing your work performance.
How do you take a person serious? You can't. You really can't. I can't say that I'd be going places in life if those were the conditions that I had to live my life under.
Could you imagine being a manager at a corporation? You'd be like, Evo, so today I brought you to the office because of...
You know what though? So I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna.
And wait,
but I'm
finished. I would agree with you. I would burp after every kiss. We've been married for more than 10 years. We've been together for more than 20 years at this. I've known you for more than 20 years at this point. You would be so okay with me doing that after a kiss?
I actually wouldn't. That would after every kiss you burped.
Would you rather you telling me your deepest, darkest secrets and hardships in life, and then I started to fart?
I mean, it could be an SBD.
What is the SBD?
Silent but deadly. Not all farts stink. Not all farts are loud.
Wait.
I found a loophole.
What is this abbreviation?
You don't know about SBD? Yeah, man. SBD. Yo, come on, man.
I'm sorry, I can't even breathe
silent
right now.
but deadly killers, baby.
Okay. I need to breathe right now. Oh, God. Okay. Whew, I need to breathe. Okay, so you would rather me fart after a serious conversation versus burping after... But you said you would burp after every kiss.
I said I would rather fart because I enjoy intimate moments more. I would rather not ruin an intimate moment by burping.
Okay.
Because you know what is my number one love language?
Yeah, it's quality.
It's physical touch.
It's physical touch. And
yes.
Okay,
so I'm taking that all day.
Okay. I'm sorry. After you physical touch me, I'm burping.
No, it's not gonna work.
Because
it's not gonna work. Call my lawyer. We're getting this over. So
I like to have serious conversations.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be farting. So where are we going? What are we doing?
Oh man, we are all fucked up. Okay, so
Max says I'm done with y'all.
Okay, we love you guys. And thank you for joining us tonight on this dumb ass shit that we decided to do. I'm so glad that we did this because it was a good time.
Yeah,
I thoroughly enjoyed asking you these, and I hope you enjoyed my questions.
I did. They were really good.
And I really enjoyed because now for the rest of my life, I'm gonna think about: do I want to be hairy as fuck, or do I want to have no fucking hair?
Hairy as a gorilla.
Hairy as a gorilla. Because I love a silverback. Because silverbacks are where it's at.
Yeah, they are.
But wow, we went way over. It is
and we actually had more stuff too.
Yeah.
I definitely had a lot more.
I'm just gonna end this live with this one last thing, and I'm just gonna say this: if you have not seen The Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
yes.
That is not America's ass. That's all I have to say.
Do yourself a favor.
I'm not going to say any more. That is not America's ass.
And go and check it out.
And I need to see episode 2. So please go and check it out. But with that being said, that actually brings us to the end of our live. I actually had a really fun time. My face actually hurts a little bit tonight.
My cheeks are a little. They got a workout right here.
And you guys got to see Chloe.
It's just got muscles.
That was great. Thank you so much for everybody for joining us tonight. Until next Friday. Until